My name is Laurie Loew, and I'm a guest speaker and presenter here at the inaugural Small Business Festival. They asked me to be part of it. I have a socially responsible and philanthropic business component, and I was able to share my story of how to create social good within your business model, even when you're just starting up and just launching your product. Initially, I started the giving component. We give 25% of our gross commission to the nonprofit of our client's choice. And the whole idea is to foster philanthropy in our community and get our clients more engaged in the nonprofit community. So our hope is we're just a stepping stone on a long path of community engagement for our clients. We introduce them to the nonprofit that they choose. If they need a personal introduction, they get a tour. They get to bring them a big old check usually, or become major donors 100% of the time, because a $1,000 donation or more is a major donor. And then we let the nonprofit take it over from there. They know how to contact the client, and hopefully they will engage them to get more involved. And we find out our clients volunteer. They'll become part of the board, and then they continue to give money as well after their home sale or purchase is complete. Give Realty was a big differentiator in the real estate market because I found that I was an anomaly in a world of commodity, because I was the only brokerage who was consistently giving back 25% of their commission. It was to the nonprofit of our client's choice, which is very, very important in the success of it. And it opened up a lot of doors because I could speak about social entrepreneurship. I could teach others how to incorporate a giving component into their business. I was able to just share the story of how Give Realty gives back and how it's been successful. If I had $1 for every time I was told I was going to fail, I'd probably have more money in the bank than I do now. But that's kind of what it was all about, just really proving it and knowing in my heart that engaging clients in a completely different way that goes way beyond the transaction is exactly the kind of realtor and the real estate brokerage I want to have. It's not just about the transaction. It's the transaction's part of it. And you just get to be a real part of the person's life and the huge investment that they're making, their personal investment. It's really cool that they get to invest back in the community too. As of the 2nd of May, we have given $535,000 back to the community, the nonprofit community, about 143 nonprofits. So it's been wonderful. Didn't realize what I was missing until I started giving back. I lost my financial support when I got divorced in 2007. In 2008, I started the business. It was very hand to mouth, but I had what I call my previous life. And my first husband was a time where we worked very hard to acquire things. And when we got divorced, I really found out that those things weren't overly important. And the Give Realty, the 25% give back component really came out of my divorce and a dollop of Catholic guilt, because I realized how fortunate I was to be in the situation I was going through my divorce. We weren't fighting over who gets what car. I mean, the cars were paid for, and the only thing we were settling on was what the house was going to sell for. And do I let my husband write me 2 checks? Or do I make him write me 1? And it wasn't a ton of money, but it was enough money to fight over. Once I started giving back and giving to the community, my whole life, I think I've had this kind of emptiness inside me that I've always tried to figure out what will make me feel whole in a way. And as soon as I started giving back to the community, all of a sudden it was like that hole was gone. And I'd really found my purpose and my passion in life, which actually led me to the man that I'm now married to. And I wouldn't change anything. People always ask me, what would you do different? Nothing, because if I did something different, I wouldn't be sitting here today. And I love where I'm sitting. I have made myself a priority in the last couple of years. I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in 2015, and went through some pretty intense rounds of chemo and decided that didn't want to do chemo anymore, that I wanted quality of life over quantity of life, and chemo was just giving me quantity. And I've been very fortunate that I've found a drug that I can take orally that has kept my cancer in remission and continues to shrink it, so I'm super excited. So I've been traveling like crazy. I've been seeing family and friends. We're gonna go to a wedding in France in July. I'm going to go see my brother in Oregon the end of this month. We have plans to go to Costa Rica. So I've been spending a lot of time, good times with people I love, doing things that I love, which travel is one of them. And round of golf now and then. My body's not what it used to be, so it's a little bit more difficult. I'm working up to that and just enjoying life and taking a look and recognizing what the clouds look like every day and being so thankful that I'm here. Still here, and I'm feeling great, and it's just one day at a time.